Good day friends, and welcome once again to my easy gardening channel. Today we'll be talking about how to produce tomato seedlings. So I'll take you to the time when I first sowed seeds. That was on 21st of August. Today is the 26th of September. So it's been 1 month and 1 week since I started doing this. So friends, please stay tuned and I will discuss with you the step-by-step procedure in producing these tomato seedlings. So I use this takeaway container. Take note there are drainage holes at the bottom just to make sure that there isn't any excess moisture in the medium. Then I use this seed raising mix. This is guaranteed to be free from weed seeds and any pathogen that would cause disease to our seedlings. So I put this raising mix into the takeaway container. And then we can broadcast the seed on top of the soil mix, and I will be using tomato variety money maker. This contains about 100 seeds, so this is the packet that contains the seeds. So I'll just open this and then just put the seeds in my pan and just make sure I thoroughly wash my hands because there might be some chemicals that have been added to preserve the seeds. So I am now broadcasting the seeds, making sure that the seeds are more or less equally distributed on the surface of the soil mix. So the seeds have now been broadcast on top of the soil mix, and the next thing to do is to add a bit of potting mix on top to cover it lightly, just to make sure that the seedlings will not have difficulty to emerge from the soil. Okay, so it's all covered now. And the next thing to do is to make sure this is thoroughly watered, because as you will see, the seeds need sufficient hydration before it starts to germinate. So I will use this sprinkling can to water the mix. So it's now thoroughly moist. Put this container with the seeds sown on top of this plant raising panel. This raising panel is heated to a temperature of 20 to 25 degrees centigrade, and this will make sure that there is a faster germination of the seeds and early seedling emergence. I just use this lid to cover it. Top of the raising panel, temperature should be optimum for seed germination and seedling emergence. So now all we have to do is to wait until we see seedlings emerging from the medium. So you can see that the tomato seedlings have started to emerge. This is just 8 days after sowing. Now make sure that the setup or the tray is placed under a sunny position but protected. So this is to make sure that the seedlings will not become leggy and or spindly and will grow very healthy. It's still quite cold even if the sun is out. So I'll put the lid on to make sure there is warmth inside, but I'll try to make sure that it's not very hot inside. Maybe I'll open the vents so that the seedlings will not cook because of the heat inside. So these are the tomato seedlings. This was sown on the 21st of August, and now is the 6th of September, so it's been more than 2 weeks since the seeds were sown, and I think the seedlings are now ready for pricking out. So we'll be using this medium that I have prepared here. It is composed of ordinary potting mix, and I have added some peat moss based medium which I have prepared earlier, and I have added propagation sand that would add to the porosity of the medium and so that it would be well drained. And I'll be using also this tray here to contain the seedlings. This container here, you can actually use some alternative containers like the one that I have prepared here. This is thick paper which I've fashioned into a cylinder, and you can actually arrange these one on a tray, and then you can add medium and then prick your seedlings out into these containers. Okay, so the tray has been filled with the medium, and the next thing we do is to prick these seedlings into each individual cell here. But the first thing before that, I will use a dibble to create holes at the center of each cell so that we can plant each individual seedling into this cell here. Okay, now I'll use a plastic fork. So I have here a few seedlings which I can then prick into these individual cells here. This one, for example. Okay, there's nicely developed root system already, and all we need to do is to drop that there and then firm the sides a bit, make it more stable. Do another one. If you can hold it by the leaves so that you won't damage the seedlings. And there, so there you are. You have 3 seedlings individually planted or pricked out into these small containers. And I'll just complete the whole tray. And then the next thing would be to make sure that the seedlings are well watered. Okay, so the tray has been filled with the seedlings. We have pricked out each individual seedling into the cells. Now we want to make sure that the plant is sufficiently moist, so we'll water it. And it's still early spring, and the temperature is still quite low, so we need to protect the seedlings. And so I'm going to put this inside this so-called mini greenhouse. Now it is put in a spot where there is full sun, but the seedlings are protected from wind and from possible frost that may still come early in the morning. So we have put the tray inside this mini greenhouse, and all I need to do now is to wait until the seedling grows, but I have to make sure that the medium does not dry up, so that there is continuous growth of the seedlings until it is ready for planting in the garden or transferring to a bigger pot if we need to wait for it to be planted in a container or in the soil. Today is the 26th of September, and these are the seedlings that are produced from the seeds that I've sown on the 21st of August. So that's a month and a week since. And these have been pricked on the 6th of September. So it's only about 3 weeks from pricking out. I've actually produced 2 varieties of tomato. The first one is your moneymaker, and the other one is the cherry type tomatoes. Actually, these seedlings are now ready for transplanting in the field. However, the best time to grow tomatoes in New Zealand is the last weekend of October, or that's Labor weekend, because that is when the danger of frost is practically over. In the next 3 weeks, the seedlings should show very rapid growth, and these individual cells will be too small, so I need to transfer this to another container, like this polyethylene bag 3/4. So this should be big enough to handle the seedlings when they grow to about a foot long and when they are ready for transplanting. So these are the tomato seedlings that I have transplanted to 3/4 PB or polyethylene bags, and maybe in 3 weeks time these will grow to about 1 foot long and will then be ready for transplanting. I'm showing you some photos of the tomato seedlings that I produced last year. They are now big and ready for transplanting. One big advantage of using bigger seedlings is that you have a head start. That means they grow very rapidly and produce flowers and fruits earlier. And that means you're able to take full advantage of the growing season for tomatoes. So that's it for now, my friends. If you have enjoyed the video, or if you have learned something from it, please feel free to share this with your family and friends. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, so you won't miss on the other videos that I'm going to prepare. Thank you and have a good day.